Hello, everybody. Here we go. Distance learning, week one, sports medicine. We're going to go pretty simple, pretty easy this week. We're not going to go. One of the main goals we're trying to get accomplished is that everybody checks in and that we know that you're all able to access the material that we're trying. So the assignment's going to be pretty simple this week. We got to do some attendance things, and we're going to have you build a schedule that you're going to try to follow while you're doing your distance learning for all of your classes. And next week we'll get going into the ankle. The ankle low leg is the next unit. Lots of anatomy to learn with first, and I'll give you a little bit more of a preview of that as we get going. It's a strange time that we're in. I'm kind of grasping at straws as to figure out how exactly we're going to do this. Even my job as an athletic trainer has changed over the last 2 weeks. The hospital has needed help with a couple of different things. One, they're running a respiratory clinic, so if you have any symptoms that could be COVID-19, that you get seen in the garage at the ambulance, and I've been helping with that, mostly just in the parking lot, directing people. And then last Friday, I got trained in on how to be an ambulance driver. So if the EMS people get sick and a lot of them can't do their job, then I might be driving an ambulance around. On Friday, they taught us a little bit about it, had us open all the compartments, learn where everything is in it. And I drove to Lonsdale and back because I have a garage out there as well. So it's making a lot of people do a lot of weird things. A bunch of the physical therapists aren't working as physical therapists anymore. They're literally working as front door check-in people at the hospital. So when people come to the hospital for whatever reason, they're the first person they see. And so it's been interesting to see that the job of rehab, they don't get to do rehab in an emergency type situation. They're not using their skills really at all. So, like I said, it's pretty interesting. I'll probably have more stories as we go along when it comes to that. But really, the purpose of tonight is just to talk to you a little bit about what the class is going to be like. So, welcome to distance learning. We're, as teachers, all trying to figure this out. We've done a bunch of work over the last week. You're probably going to hear some similar things from both me and a lot of your other teachers talking about what it's going to be like. And I think some of us don't even know what it's really going to be like. So, hey, we're going to do the same curriculum we've always been doing. So the curriculum will be in Schoology just like it always has been. I know before break I unhid the ankle unit so people could start looking at it, but now I rehid it because I'm going to start to pull things out of that and put it into different folders on each week. So a few years ago, I did my master's, and my master's was all online classes. So I'm kind of basing the schedule and how we go from point A to point B, how I ran those or how I was taught in those master's classes. So tests will be in Schoology, just like it was for the foot. It's going to be new for me. I learned a whole bunch of things with the foot test. Matter of fact, one of you sent me a message the other day saying that you had a really low grade, and I went back and looked, and I didn't push the right button. So they got the entire 13 question wrong, even though they only had 1 point wrong out of the 13. So there's some things that I'm going to go through some growing pains when it comes to that. So please be patient. Also be patient. I'm probably going to have to do a lot more typing of documents to get information to you. And as a lot of you probably already know, and it's the reason why I do not grade your spelling, grammar and spelling is not my strength. So be patient, realize I'm going to make mistakes, and I will try to fix them and learn from them as I go along. Lectures will be different. This is a lecture, and this might be something, and this is actually in Screencast-O-Matic. It'll be uploaded into YouTube. There's Zoom that you've probably heard a whole bunch about. We've all been trained on Zoom. I may use Zoom at the moment. I'm not starting with that, but I may go to that. I'm sure you're going to get bombarded with Zoom from a lot of your teachers, and we don't know how well it's going to work, and it'll be something we learn from. One of the things that we have to do is there's going to be a daily attendance, and right now you're going to have to take a 1-question quiz in Schoology, and it'll be pretty simple. And it'll be pretty simple to find. Here's your schedule. You guys all have access to this. Mr. Lear sent it out. I'm not going to go through it, but know that for Sports Med, we're going to be meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So how we'll be delivering, whether it's a lecture or just putting content on Schoology on those days, it'll be on there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the new schedule, again, Tuesdays and Thursdays, could be a video reminder, could be just new information that I'll post every Tuesday and Thursday. For sure, there will be a quiz on Tuesday and Thursday morning It'll be up by 9 for sure. And so you do need to check in at some point during the day and just answer the question. That tells me you've been on the website, you've been on there. It's the way I'm going to track attendance for now. To begin with, the questions will just simply be, are you here? And there's going to be multiple choice, and the only answer is going to be yes. So you can't even tell me no, even though you obviously would be when you checked in. I may eventually put in 1 or 2 question sports med review questions as your check-ins. Matter of fact, that's probably what I will do once we get moving along in the assignment. I will post all of the assignments by Monday. So this week's different because we don't start on Monday, we start on Tuesday. I'm going to post them tomorrow. If it would have been a normal week, I would have had this stuff posted on Monday. So you can actually start to work ahead if you want, but you still do have to go on Tuesdays and Thursdays and do the attendance questions. So that's kind of you got to do that for us to take attendance. That being said, all the assignments will be up on Monday, and they'll always be due on Sunday nights by 11 p.m. So you'll have the whole week. You can work ahead. You can take your time. You can split it out. It's totally up to you. The assignments might be worksheets, quizzes on learning that I won't grade. They might be quizzes that I will grade. There might be the test at the end of the week for this unit we're on, or it might be just an assignment to watch a lecture. And if it is a lecture, I might post it on 2 different days, or I might post them both on Monday, and then you can just watch them whenever you get a chance to. How to get a hold of me. The best way is send me a Schoology message. I've had a couple Schoology messages from other students in other classes today, and I usually get them on my phone, and so I'll respond really fast. If you would like to email me, you can, but if you just send me through Schoology, I know I'm going to get that notification, and I'll get it fast. Speaking of notifications in Schoology, it might be something you want to look at. Go into your Schoology and see what notifications you have on or off. If you have all your notifications off, you won't catch it immediately, but if you turn your notifications on in Schoology, you'll see that I responded and how quickly or not quickly, so that we can help. The Zoom meetings, I may do that, especially when we get into some anatomy things down the road. I might offer it as an opportunity where we could get on and meet and talk as a class. It might be something where I try to get everybody on, or it might be something where I throw it out as an option. If some of you are struggling or want some extra help, we can do it then. Wrapping up quarter 3 and starting quarter 4. So you do have to complete the foot test if you didn't. I think this morning when I checked, there's still 13 of you who have not taken your foot tests. Please get on and get that accomplished. Okay. I have to post grades by the end of the week for quarter 3, and I'd like to get that done. If you would like to retake the foot test, you sure could. You guys send me a Schoology message, and I will put you in a retake folder and let you do that. There were I learned some lessons, and there's some lessons for you guys to learn too. Make sure you read the entire question. For example, the pictures of like a bone spur, I asked you to tell me what it was and why, and you had to give a really basic answer as to why it was a bone spur. And there was probably 6 of you that just gave me the answer and didn't do that, the second part. So you only got a half of the points on each question. That hurt a couple of you. There's also a couple of you that I kind of wonder what happened. You left several questions blank, and it's people that wouldn't usually leave questions blank, so I'm not sure. So if you look at your test score and you're like, what happened? Send me a message, and we'll hook you up with a retake, and we'll get that accomplished. Really quickly, anatomy for the ankle is what we'll start with next week. We go bones, which you already know. Ligaments will be new. Muscles will be new, and this will be pretty complicated. Injuries, then we'll talk about the common injuries and the not so common, and then we're going to learn about how to evaluate an ankle injury. This will be the one that I'm not sure how we're going to do. I might make you work with a parent, a sibling's leg, foot, something like that, because we do a lot of hands-on in class, and we'll have to figure out how to do that. Okay. Lastly, the assignment for this week is in Schoology Distance Learning Week 1. So it is up on the Schoology right now. If I can get to it, I'll show it real fast. So here's Schoology Week 1 Distance Learning. If you click on that, this is the PowerPoint I just talked through. Here's your daily attendance for 331. Here's your daily attendance for 420 or 42. And then here is your assignment for the week. And if you just look on it, there's a quick slideshow. Just walk through it real fast on your own. And then there is a PDF. You upload it up into Notability. You fill it out. You Dropbox it back to me, and you're done for the week. Okay. So other than listening to my 10-minute lecture here and doing attendance on both Tuesday and Thursday, you have to get this schedule done. And the goal of it is for you to create your own schedule that you're going to run on. Because there won't be bells and there won't be times that are telling you to go from class to class, you really need to come up with a schedule that how you're going to run your daily activities. So I'm doing this in every single one of my classes, ninth grade, core, and sports med. So I'd like to just hear what you plan. And it'll actually give me some information that'll help me plan for half my kids are working during the day, or half my kids might have siblings that they're helping do middle school homework or whatever that is. So if you could be somewhat detailed in it, that'd be great. A lot of you are athletes. You should be scheduling in a time to work out. You should be scheduling almost a practice time. What are you doing to stay healthy, stay ready? Whether you're a senior going to play some summer sports, or you're going to play college ball next year, or you're a junior getting ready for next year, you should be planning for that. And figuring out how to get that in your daily schedule is important. So please send me a message if you have any questions. Hopefully everybody's doing great, and we'll start working on this week, and we'll really get into the normal sports med stuff next week. Thanks.